Hi, Kristal Wick here with Artbeads Cafe, where we have all things caffeinated and beady and Colleen-y. Colleen, welcome to Artbeads Cafe. We're so excited to have you here. Colleen is what they call a filler. And so, Colleen, tell them what you do.
I am an order filler. I fill the orders for the customers when they place them.
Great, so you're in the warehouse.
I'm in the warehouse.
And you pick out all those little pretty things.
Oh my goodness, there are so many pretties in this warehouse. People, let me tell you, it is lovely.
It is.
It's a wonderful job.
I can tell that you've done something with the pretties in these creations. Colleen, you have made these creations yourself?
I did.
They're wonderful,
Thank
and we're
you.
so excited to share them with our viewers. So tell me about these beautiful things.
I started doing them as a therapy because my husband was sick, and so it was kind of helped me get through all the rough patches. Then I just continued on, and I have to tell you, I absolutely love doing this, and I love the fact that they're bright, happy colors. You can't help but smile when you look at them. And then also one thing that is nice is that they can go to the ICU department in most hospitals because they are not a live plant.
That's good to know, and you can travel with them, so you can bring them on the plane, and no watering.
No watering.
They'll never die.
Alas, forever flowers.
Oh, I love that. And it looks like you've used all different kinds of the acrylic flowers, and then also I love how you use the different color schemes.
The cartwheels and stuff. They're just a lot of fun.
Cartwheels and everything. And then it looks like right here you've used some really pretty beads on there, so it does look like you've used a little bit of everything, and everything works.
And it all works, correct.
Oh, I love them. And then my favorite touch, of course, because my name is Kristal after all, is that you put crystals on the actual flower pots.
I did.
Look at right here. That is so lovely. That's really, really lovely. And another thing that I love, you did with the same, kind of the same process,
with the wind chimes, yes. And they got the little crystals on the center, the little flowers on each one.
Look at that. Tell me about those. How'd you come up with this idea?
I've always loved the idea of making wind chimes, and I've always liked the way they sounded, and I've always picked up little stupid stuff here and there and everywhere, and then thought, oh, it looks cool together, and I've made little cheesy ones. My grandkids and I have a tree in our yard where we throw all of my mistakes up into the top of the tree, and it just trickles down and lands somewhere on the tree branch or whatever. So I have a very colorful tree at home. And the grandkids, and the grandkids love decorating it with me.
Oh, that's great! What a really great idea to use your orphan beads too, right? If you don't have matching, you just keep a big old pot full of them.
Absolutely.
Oh, lovely. So, Colleen, thanks so much for your inspiration, and thanks for joining us on Artbeads Cafe.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been a treat.
Okay, it's my favorite time, Kristal Wick's Picks, where I get to pick fun, favorite things that I like to play with and share with you guys because they're cool. This time, they're Kanzashi flowers. Kanzashi! That's how I like to say it. But it actually means it's an ancient form of making bridal flowers in Japan, and it used to be made out of silk. And they would make hundreds of them in their veils for their hair.
Oh, wow.
And now it's kind of a little Americanized, using our cottons and our all of our flares of our fabrics here. But it's really, really fun. It's really easy. Kids can do it with you. You can do lots of different themes. And how it starts is with these Kanzashi templates that we have here. We have some really fun templates. There's some minis, and those guys are nice and small that you can make into earrings or bracelets or pins, and I'll show you all these cool things that we make. And then also some large ones, and the templates come like this. You put your fabric on the inside, you fold them up, and it shows you where to sew. It shows you where to stitch, and it's just like bead stitching. It's very, very easy. It's not using a sewing machine. It's just using your little hands.
Okay.
And it creates all these beautiful pieces that you can then turn into rings. For example, I made a little Halloween ring here, and I made another ring over here. You can also make them into pins.
Okay.
Necklaces. I'm wearing a necklace here where I did a double. So you can make one big flower and then do a smaller flower on the inside of that. So you can do doubles. That's really fun.
Yes.
You can do headbands. You can also make beautiful pieces with, again, Swarovski jeans buttons. If you can believe, I have used those in the middle of the pieces because they completely add such a lovely.
So do you just glue them inside?
Yes, I use fabric glue for the fabrics, and then, believe it or not, fabric glue to glue the crystals on the inside. I know, it works because, again, we're working with fabric, so it's kind of a different thing for the beaders to get used to, but it's very simple, and you can also use other components. Your buttons, so there's some really fun, ancient, you know, kinds of buttons that you can get. I blinged up some of the buttons here with additional flatbacks because more is better when it comes to bling. And I also use snaps. So these are Swarovski snaps. Nobody knows what to do with them because you don't necessarily have snaps on your clothing that you would remove and then put in the new ones. So I started using them to embellish the Kanzashi flowers, and I think they look great. We also have some fun with these guys.
That is beautiful.
Isn't that pretty? And again, you can do all kinds of themes. I've done some holiday themes here with some Christmas buttons. So they're really, really fun to do for Christmas. I did this one here for breast cancer awareness. It's just all kinds of themes. These guys are the doggies, of course, near and dear to my heart. And they're doggy buttons. So you can use buttons, you can use all kinds of embellishing things, and you just need little tiny centers. And you just glue those in at the end when you're finished. And then do a little embellishing with your hot fix crystals on the edges if you'd like.
And for the fabrics, can you use any type of
You can use any type of fabrics.
So you can use scrap that you have around the house. And
exactly. Scrap fabrics that you have the little tiny pieces and you're so afraid to throw away because you know they're beautiful, but you're not going to make a quilt. You're not going to make anything with it. These are perfect for that because you need little tiny pieces of fabric to make these. And also, as you can see, some of them have one fabric, so I've used one kind of fabric for it, and then others I've used 2 or 3 different. Like this one right here, that's about 6 different fabrics in there.
Really?
And they're this big. The pieces are this big. So it's really fun and easy to do.
It looks really fun.
It is. Very addictive. You have all been warned, okay? It's very addictive and very fun. So that's my Kristal Wick picks. Okay, Cynthia, I'm excited because it's time for the beginner series where you teach everybody how to make things from the very beginning. So if they're confused or they don't know what to do with that little bag of beads, you're going to show them how to start.
Yes. And we're going to start with a very simple earrings to make.
Great. Earrings are my favorite.
Yes, and everyone loves earrings. So the simplest one to do is just to add a charm.
Oh, adding a charm, of course.
So you use the ear wire. And you use the jump ring. And you just put the jump ring on the loop of the ear wire and your charm. But when I want to show something here. Here I put on this one, I put only one jump ring, and you see how the charm is on the side?
Yes.
So you have to be careful that if you want your earring to be facing straight, you need 2 jump rings.
That is a great tip because this happens all the time to everybody, and you don't even notice till you put it on and you're like, why does that keep twisting?
Yes.
It's actually the wrong direction. So you need, that's a great tip.
So depending of your charm, you might want 1 jump ring or 2 or 3. Really depends how it turns on your ear.
Great.
Yes.
Good to know.
So like I want to show those also are very simple to make. The really beautiful. Terry made those.
Those are gorgeous.
Yes. And so simple. It's just a link, and she used again some jump ring, and this time she used the leatherback.
Leatherback, so they don't fall off, right? Yes, I've lost many an earring because I haven't used the leatherback.
Yes.
Those are really pretty, and it is a very simple technique. You just add it with jump rings.
Exactly.
Great.
Exactly. Very simple. So now if you want to do something a little more complex, you want to use some head pins. And those are head pins, and you see at the end you have a little head. So when you slide your bead, it stops your bead right there.
They don't fall off.
Exactly.
Yes, this is great.
And you attach them to the ear wire with by making a loop at the end of the head pins. We have this amazing, fantastic tool called the one-step looper.
The one-step looper. One of our favorites, right?
Exactly. And I can show you how to make a very simple loop. It's very fast, very easy.
That would be very helpful.
So I have my beads on the head pins here, and I'm going to hold them with my thumb and my index finger. And then I'm putting the head pin inside the tool, like that. And I get as close as I can to my last bead, and I just squeeze, 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 and then you turn just a little to make an angle, and that's it. You made a loop at the end of the hairpin. When you're done, you can just take your ear wire and just attach the little dangle that you made. And that's it.
I can't believe it's that easy. Wow, the minutes to make those earrings.
Exactly.
And they're beautiful. Well, Cynthia, that was great. Thank you so much. What a great way to make earrings. And thanks for joining us on Artbeads Cafe. Thank you for viewing Artbeads Cafe and joining us with all things caffeinated, beady, and delicious. Happy beading!